Apocalypse Gaming.
So it's now time for one of my favourite bits of the weathering process. It's time to get dirty. North European dry mud, and it's a pigment powder. They're colour coded, the Lifecolor pots, depending on the type of colour or lid. It tells you what you've got in your hand. So the red lid is pigments. Then I'm going to be using some Wilder fixer, and I'm going to be putting it onto this baby. Now, to transfer my pigment, I use this spatula. It's Tamiya's spatula. It comes in a pack of 2. I'm just going to put a wodge of dry pigment into the palette, as we see. And to the side of it, I'll use a pipette. Okay, bear with me, I can't get that open. My fixer had fixed itself. The lid was completely glued shut there. So, taking a pipette and into the bit in my palette next to it, I'll put some of the fixing fluid. Put it on my brush. Mix a little in there. And then take. Hence I've got the glove on. And flick some. And that was a right mess. Probably easier doing this with my right hand, because that's not where I want it to land. So let's see if we can clean the brush and clean that off. I wouldn't mind some up there, but I don't want as much as just landed. These things happen. Don't panic, just deal with it. So what's left is probably an acceptable amount. I'm going to get a glove on my other hand where this will be a bit easier. Also just on the bottom. So rather than bore you tediously here listening to me waffle on, I've made the jump to light speed. As you can see, I start laying down some of the pigment also on the wood panels, including on the bonnet and those panels which will be sticking to the roof, because we'd be expecting the humans that are in this area, if they've put the panels on the roof, we'd also expect them to climb up onto those panels, so we're seeing some of the mud left over behind. I'm going for quite a dry, arid look here, so we'll see as we go along building up those sort of tones. That's a good start. Dig out another couple of pigments now. So I'm going to use some Wilder medium brown. Same process. Still got some pigment fixer in the other palette. Though it won't be enough, but a start. So it's important as we lay down our subsequent colours that we blend them into the previous colours we've got down as well. So a little bit of overlap here and there is a very good thing, because it just creates the natural look. If we try and put each colours down and leave them all separate, it just doesn't look right. So work your colours into each other as you put them down, leaving some of the old tone visible, but making sure you cover some of it as well, and also hitting fresh areas, and that just gives you the blend that builds up towards the realism that we're seeking. think maybe a third tone will help with this. So I'll just grab one more. I'm going to use dry European mud now. From Wilder. So this tone here is our lightest tone and represents the thinnest tone if it was real life. It's those little bits of mud and dust that have built up over time that haven't worn away, that have covered the majority of the areas. So this time round we're looking to cover those areas we expect mud to be on that we certainly haven't touched. So when it comes to the planks, etc., that's the majority of it, leaving some of the other colours there, and it just adds that thin, realistic, light, muddy dust feel. Any more would be too much, I think. So I'm going to leave that there. And then we'll go on to the next stage of weathering after we varnish it. So varnish next. Yes, that was a really old brush I was using. Right then, now it's time to break out the airbrush again, along with safety first. So gas mask and the air booth I haven't bothered putting away. So time for the mask to go on, air booth to go on, and then let's get some varnish laid down. So nice and simple, this is just a couple of layers of varnish dried with the hairdryer each time and then given a bit of time to cure after the hairdryer's been on it. So we'll call this the end of part 7 as we're about to move on to using a different product.
Apocalypse Gaming.